my question would be, I kind of am asking on behalf of everyone else here, but also for stuff for my music releases that aren't collaborative with you guys in the future. Like, how does someone get there? Like, how do you start? Because you guys have obviously built something. You've built a machine over the last several years, and I mean, is this is a service that you offer so artists can hire you guys to kind of plug you into that? Because I know you guys offer marketing,
Mhm.
or like, how does someone organically just like stumble into 22% of or whatever plus? I don't know if that makes sense.
22% plus of what?
22%.
Sorry, of the you're not sharing your screen anymore, but right now that
Can you
dropping
share my
close
screen again?
is it 22?
So
Wait,
like
oh,
I
yeah. So
actually
how does
switched
someone
it.
do that?
So I wanted to show you this, by the way. So this is a great example. So if I go to Anthem Worship's top songs right now, Holy Forever is our top song right now. And what I want to show you about this is exactly what we were talking about. The highest bar right now for this song is listeners' own playlists and library. So if we go here, it's on 33,000 playlists. It didn't just start like that. So what happened is we released the music, and at this time we were playing with the old algorithm as well. The song did really well out of the gate. I actually think this one also landed in editorial back when the covers were getting more editorial support. But this thing got so much data, and then Genevieve just happened to start making content around this album, and it just started to pop off and go viral. And that combination of everything caused a lot of people to start saving this. So again, this bar right here, this other listeners playlist, this used to be higher because it was a larger chunk early on of the streaming data. Same with the algorithm, same with the profile. But then as everything started to go viral, people started to go find the song, this data machine started to just feed itself. Listeners' own playlist and library, that sucker started to go up. And again, it's like when that starts to go up, it kind of starts to train the algorithm, and these two just feed themselves.
I would say that's probably the healthiest scenario right there.
Long term,
because as soon as people put you on their personal playlists and they keep coming back to it, keep shuffling it, then they don't even have to go to your page anymore and find your music.
So here's another good one. Goodness of God, source of streams. Oh, look at that. Exact same situation again, right? This thing is on 27,000. Same exact situation again. If we go to gratitude, see, similar thing again. So like these songs that really start to go to the top will do that. However, it's like, let's use a song that we just dropped last week as an example. You're going to see, so like with Diana's song that just dropped, it's still it's still early on, right? So this is what we typically see. The algorithm is the highest and our profile traffic is the highest. And we're trying to build up the listener's own playlists. So like every song kind of starts from there. It's just a matter of how quickly can you get that?
Yeah, and those Genevieve songs are almost 2 years old. That
Yeah.
album is almost 2 years old. So it takes time.
So
But
for someone who's not working with you guys, because those are all artists that you've collaborated with, like how does someone get there? What's the process look like?
I still think the data thing is like with Spotify playlists and growing your own playlist, like that's all still very important. Getting your songs saved. Obviously, the social media thing is like it's super important, which you're already doing.
It's literally everything that we've talked about. It's everything that we're doing, you're doing.
Mhm.
It's literally just taking our model and doing it yourself, which is what we're teaching. Like last week when we were teaching about, hey guys, here's how you make playlists for free, right? Cheap playlists, like how we've kind of been coaching you, Lenny, on like that worship for anxiety playlist that you're working on.
Mhm.
The bigger that thing gets, the more data that thing starts cranking out, and a lot of your songs are going to be on there, and you now have one little machine working for you nonstop of training the algorithm. Okay, so it's like, okay, if I can get one of those, what if I got two of those or three of those? Or what if I just got one of those to go really big? What if I focused heavily on trying to get my listener base, my audience, to follow that playlist and just constantly update it, right? And just like get that thing to hit. That is one way you can do this. The other way is, okay, learning the social media strategies that we're building that social media course around, and we're like testing all this stuff and working through Reply Rush. It's like, this is all the stuff. It's really those two things. And the beauty of like these collaborations with us is what essentially happens is like we kind of are able to pass the algorithm torch with collaborations. And that's the whole concept of like why you want to be collaborating with other artists consistently. So like Garrett, we're doing an album with Klein that we're finishing up, and we're doing one with you, Lenny. And like when we started with Jen 2 years ago, she was sub like 6,000, 7,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. And the algorithms just took off and just supported her. And she kind of got that algorithm torch to light her torch. And now it's like she also is broken in on the algorithm. It's like she got enough data. So it's really just like locking in on that strategy. It's like, okay, can I grow playlists to support my music? Can I figure out how to build a fan base on social media and push that traffic? And can I find a way to do that, with automations perhaps, and simplify that process or make that process a little bit easier? And then the third thing is, okay, can I also collaborate while I'm doing all of this? And now can I do all three things at once without going crazy?
Yeah, that makes sense. So I guess at the end of the day, like it's a super long game that you have to really commit to. It might not be crazy long if you pop off.
Ever feel like the music industry is a private club and nobody gave you the password? We did too. We started as artists, we got rejected by labels, tours canceled by COVID. We spent years trying to get people to believe in us, and it didn't work. So we learned how to build it ourselves. Now we've generated over 500 million streams on our music. We've helped over 1,000 other artists run marketing campaigns, and we even now own and run our very own record label. So if you're tired of guessing your way through your music career, join the Anthem Network. Get your 7-day free trial by clicking the link in the description below. We'll see you there.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of the long game. I think my question more is just like, it's easy to look at stats for artists that you've collaborated with, but to look at artists who have sort of done this on their own from the ground up is like not as simple as just looking at a graph right now.
Oh, 100%.
If they do
100%.
the strategy, it's the same, but
Because these artists that we're working with, guys, we're basically one-off label deals. Like you do get the value of a label stepping in with this data, this everything baked in. Like that's one of the big value points of why artists even like sign one-off projects or do collaboration or do any of this stuff, is because it is a shortcut. It quite literally is a shortcut. Like you about to break 100,000 monthly listeners pretty soon is like, that's super cool. It's like at the trajectory you were going with like the solo releases, do you think like how long would it have taken you to hit that, you think? You know what I mean? It even just like having these chats, do you know what, like these calls of like, hey, here's how the strategy is good, but here's how it can be better. Like let's tweak this. All the stuff that these conversations like we're having with social media, it's like that's also another benefit, is like bouncing everything off of people who have some history with that stuff that can help fine tune the stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like there absolutely is an advantage to what we're doing with these other artists.
I wish I could tell you that the unknown feelings and like the long game feelings go away, but even where we're at, like even when we have an accounting fractional CFO, big term for accountants, helping us with all of our goals as a label and like keeping things organized. And they're like, all right, so you spent all this money on how many of these albums? And so like, all right, so like they're used to working with like normal businesses. You guys have to realize we're all you have to be a little insane to be an artist because it's such a long game. And they're like, all right, so when is it gonna? So like, okay, yeah, in 2025, we spent a bunch of money and then we're going to spend all the rest of 2026 releasing all of it. And then you delay the PROs another 6 months. Publishing is, delayed 6 months after release.
If you get the wrong distributor, it delays it 6 months.
Yeah, if you get the wrong distributor, that's 6 months. They're like, really? The payouts are like 3 to 6 months out? I'm like, yep. So we're probably not going to see that first trickle of that albums in 2026 and probably until early 2027. Isn't that great? And they're like, because they've measured out like, okay, a year's time, like a normal business. Like you put money in a year's time, you'll start to see something. And I'm like, guys, you got to be operating on like a 5-year horizon. Like we might be making our money back in 3 to 5 years, hopefully.
What are the shortcuts here, guys? Like that's kind of a big point of the network is we like to give away the game of like, okay, here's all the shortcuts that you could potentially use. One shortcut that Eleni just mentioned is, oh, money. It's like, okay, this game of music, the producers cost money to make the album. It costs money to market the album. It costs, okay, how can I solve money? And that's actually a course I need to finish that one up because I've been working on that one for a little while. Aaron, I was talking with you about this a long time ago again about like this whole concept of, man, if you can solve the money, if you can solve the funding issue, well, that's a shortcut too, because now it's like you can dump that into ads and the right, like there's collaborations out there, guys, that you could write a check and and get a collaboration and shortcut all of your success. It's like, okay, you can do what we're talking about. You play the long game like Joey and I have been, and like keep growing this thing and learn to grow playlists and learn to market music and learn the algorithms. And you can do all this stuff, and like this does work, but it's not the only way to do it. It's like there are people that go get sponsors. There are people that have people that want to fund them. I know like a lot of Christian artists with churches, networks behind them that are actively supporting them because they're like, we see you as a missionary. We aren't capable of doing what you're doing, so we'd rather like support you. You know what I mean? The getting the loan aspect is like it is another way to do it. It's just you hold more of the risk if it doesn't work out.
Before you head out, if that session gave you just one good idea, imagine what'll happen when you're actually in the room with us every week. That's what the Anthem Network is all about. Artists connecting, getting real-time feedback, and taking action together. You can join right now with a 7-day free trial and be part of the next live call for free. Don't just watch other artists grow with them. Click the link in the description and we'll see you on the next call.